So what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna show you everything that is wrong with my 914. I'm a cheap guy, so you can see me wearing the same clothes over and over. I spent most of my money on cars. So anyways, let me show you all the issues I have discovered with this car. And this car being 50 years old, it has a lot of issues. Some are minor and some are major issues. So I'll show you around and see if my money was well spent. So this is original paint, and you can see it has some scratches here and there, but that's fine. I wanted a car with patina. I wasn't looking for a perfect car, and I think the patina on this car is just the right amount that I wanted. So the other issue is I don't have the antenna, which makes sense because I don't have a radio in this car. It was used as a race car. I also don't have the side mirror, so I either need to fill the holes or I need to put another side mirror on here. So moving on, and this is quite common. These little door handles are very fragile, and there's a little plastic inside. I think there are two plastics here, and if one breaks, it doesn't open the door from outside. And this being 50-year-old car, it makes sense that one is out. It's similar to my Mazda RX-7. This also fails very easy. I happen to have two cars with door issues, but that's why I wear cheap clothes, so I can afford fixing these cars. So as we move on the exterior, on my windshield I do have this crack that goes all the way that way. At some point I'll need to replace the windshield. So as we move on to the driver side, this side I do have the mirror, so that's good, but you can see there's an extra hole here, but they drilled an extra one there to fit this side mirror. And I was looking at the price of these chrome side mirrors, and one of these is over $200. On this door, the passenger door, there's a dent here, which makes me think they hit something and it went underneath, because there's another issue underneath that I'll show you in a minute. So while we are still on the issue of exterior, on the bottom of the car there is normally another plastic piece, so I'm missing that plastic piece over here. I actually do have a cover for this, it's in the car, but on the other side it's completely missing. So I hope this is with the other parts that came with the car. While we are still on the topic of the lights, when I got this car, the lights were not working. Actually, when I turned on the lights, the only thing that came on was this light over here and the light on the back on this side, on the passenger side. The driver side completely dead, and the headlights were not moving at all. Luckily, it was just a blown fuse. Once I changed the fuse, the headlight started to work. So that was side relief to know my headlight works and the motor is still good. However, the driver side is still dead. The headlight is okay, it's working, but this side marker and on the rear, nothing works. I don't have brake lights. There's a relay that is broken. I ordered one. I ordered LEDs for these two and on that side. And I ordered LED relay, so I'm hoping that will solve my lighting issue. The oil I'm using is Valvoline VR1 2050 and high zinc. So the previous owner was using synthetic on this, so I'm going to change it to non-synthetic with high zinc. So the other issue that I have is it's not really an issue, it's just a matter of figuring it out. This car has this oil cooler and the filter is over here. However, due to this extra added capacity, I am not sure how much oil goes into this engine. I believe a stock engine takes about 3.7 quarts. With these extra lines and a cooler, I need to see how much it will take to actually fill it up. That's a small issue. I'll figure it out once I fill oil and I keep checking. So moving inside the trunk, while we are still here, you can see the latch mechanism on the front hood. I don't know what they were doing, but They were kind of digging a hole in there. So this makes it very difficult for me to open the front hood. And you can see there's a little scratch mark on here. Trying to pull the latch to open it is very difficult. And this is an issue because if I were to go to a gas station and I can't open this, I might be in trouble because feeling the fuel is right there. So moving on to the engine bay. This engine bay was built back in 2001. I kind of took this off so I can look at the filter, but I might need something to hold this tight, to hold the air cleaner tight. But other than that, I don't see a lot of issues here. So the other issue, and this is the major issue that I have, engine holder, this bar right here, you can see is quite bent. The car did come with another one of these that is straight, but I do need to fix this as soon as I can. These are the European racing headers. So I do not have heat exchanger, so I cannot have heat in the car. Right here, this thing right here, that's where the oil strainer is supposed to go. You're supposed to have a bolt underneath it. This is where the oil filter is supposed to go. I spent a couple days trying to see how they set up everything down here. The pushrod tubes look clean. I mean, they were done 20 years ago, so I don't see much oil here. So I don't think these are leaking because I have a huge oil leak in the back and I don't think it's coming from that. So moving on to the back, now you can see my European racing headers here. And as you can see, it's nasty down here. It's a lot of oil. And if you go underneath it, there's a lot of oil down here too. I know this is a side shifter, so there could be some oil coming from here. And also where the speedometer gear goes, those are prone to leak. I am in the process of buying another one that will fix that leak. I'm hoping that's where it's coming from, but this is a lot of oil. But if the car was leaking for 10 years, I can see that oil building up. As far as the interior is concerned, I don't have a radio. I don't have the ashtray. That's just the cover. All dusty. One of the first things I'll have to do is clean up this interior so I can work on it. I put some new fuses. So that's how I got the headlight to work. But I think some of these fuses do not belong. Most of them supposed to be 8 amps. I think I have one that is 25 amps. I'm supposed to have 2 that are 25 amps. So I'll fix that soon. And then right here, I think this is where the other relay would go, that I can control the turn signals and hopefully all the lights on the driver's side. Speaking of air, I don't have air vents. So this is how air is supposed to come into the cabin. The other issue I have is my speedometer doesn't work, and I do not think the mileage is correct. I don't care about the mileage, but I do care about the speed. So I do have to fix the cable or whatever is broken. I need to find out. On the back here, there is a pad that goes across. There's also a dome light that goes there that is also taken out. And also the harness is expired. I think these were good back in 2003. The other issue is this bar down here under the steering wheel. That bar is very close to my knees because the seat is a little bit forward than I would like. I need to move the seat back. If I were to get into an accident, my knee would be right on that bar, and I think it's a little bit dangerous. So I either need to move the seat back so my knees are way under it, or I need to modify the cage. But this cage is welded in. They have a reinforcement down here. I cannot remove this cage. I can only cut it into pieces. So the good thing is I have 5-flag conversion on the back, but they removed the handbrake because even the lever inside by the driver's seat, that is all gone. When I park this car, I always have to put something behind it or in front of it. So moving into the trunk, and I have this wire, I don't know where it goes. But as far as rust is concerned, it's a little bit of rust. It's not the end of the world. Most of it is solid, but You don't know until you take out the paint. But the good thing is this is original paint. And also you can see I'm actually using a stick to hold the rear deck here. The mechanism that goes here to prop up this deck is gone. So as you can see, I have a lot of things to fix on this car. Being 50-year-old car, I did expect some issues. The engine was rebuilt in 2001, but being 20 years later, anything can leak. The rear main seal could be leaking, or any of those rubber hoses could be leaking. And also the push rod tubes are prone to leaking, so it could be coming from there. Other issues are easy issues to fix. The car does actually start, but I haven't driven it at all. The only time I drove it is to get it on top of a trailer and out of the trailer. I haven't gone through the gears. So I'm hoping that transmission is good and I don't have to buy a new transmission, or I don't have to rebuild the transmission. Those are the issues that I know as of now, and I know when I start driving it, there will be a lot more issues. But I think it's good for the channel, it's good for me to learn the car, and as I fix things, I'm hoping I'll not go broke trying to fix it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.